I have to admit that I sometimes made myself very angry because of what I see with human beings and people who want to invoke the dragon spirits. Strangely enough, a lot of people on the spiritual path, or maybe something that looks like it, want to invoke dragons. And it sometimes seemed like a child's play, and sometimes I said, yeah, you don't have any respect for the dragon. Why do you think a dragon would come to you? Why would you ever think that? I said back in the day. And they said, yeah, because, I don't know, because I want to use the draconic energy. I want to see what is real and what is not. I said, yeah, it's better that you stay away from that, if that is your answer. That is yeah, because the dragon, I can see them as a pure being and a pure spirit, but you don't see the darkness in them. That sometimes they don't want to play with you. Sometimes they just don't want to be with you. That, that is, if a dragon then comes to you, and sometimes they come, like witches from other paths, or maybe other spiritualities. They want to invoke the dragon, and I've seen people doing that. And sometimes they said, yeah, with a lot of success, but it's just using a draconic energy. It's just a piece of it. It's just a part of it. And a draconic energy is the same name for a dragon spirit, but it's just a piece of it. I discovered this later on, that they invoke a piece of a draconic spirit. That means like a tiny, tiny dragon. Like so much. Normally a dragon is huge. Even their spirituality, their energy that you can see is huge. It's enormous. And when this huge energy comes to you, when you invoke so much of that, that you invoke the entire dragon, yeah, that is something else that can bite back. A tiny one, yeah, most of the time they don't, and they invoke this, and I don't agree with that. It's just a shame that sometimes this happens. And these people are not with draconic energy inside of them. Their path lies somewhere else. I can feel that very well, and they should follow other paths, not invoking the dragon and then pray to other gods. You don't do that. The dragon is on the same level as you, and there is nothing above you, both of you. Both of you, it creates a god, I mean, divine being. And you shouldn't play with that. And I know my brothers and sisters on the Dragon's Path won't do that. It's just a warning for people outside of the Dragon's Path and for the witches or spiritual people who want to invoke dragons. If you ever manage to invoke dragons, then you invoke just a tiny part of it, and just good for you, because if a dragon comes to you like this dragon next to me, like this dragon next to me, in the entire form of it, all of the energy, because I am here, because my energy wants him to be here. It's a yin yang. It creates one whole. It's our path. It's our circle. And it's because this dragon is now in an enormous energy right next to me. But if you don't have anything on a dragon's path and you invoke the dragon, it will be it's just a small part. And this small part, yeah, you can learn from this. You can learn a lot from this. So much so even sometimes that they sometimes see that they shouldn't do that, because you don't have a circle. You don't have a draconic circle. I mean, maybe you have a circle, but not a draconic circle. And you don't, in this case, have anything to search in the dragon's realms. In the dragon's realms, the people who can invoke the dragon are the people who are welcome beyond the dragon's gate. After 5 gates in the dragon's gate, they are welcome. But if you don't feel a dragon, if you don't feel a dragon right next to you without doing anything, because normally they shouldn't do anything, people on the dragon's path, they just feel the dragon coming, being there. And that is the difference. You don't invoke what is already with you. But people want to do that. Yeah, sometimes they use spells, and sometimes it works. To use a chain and to pull the dragon out of the dragon's realms into this place. Don't do that. Dragons still have teeth. Dragons still have claws. They still have that in the dragon's realms. They can still use that. You don't want that. They only want the people on the dragon's path, draconic wicca, people who can feel them without doing anything. We don't have to invoke them, because they are already with you. So yeah, my brothers and sisters, be blessed.